The last one I want to talk about is be the hero of your own life. And when I say hero, I'm not talking about, man, I'm awesome, I'm the hero. I don't mean that in the narcissistic way, the self-aggrandizing way. We don't need any more of that, right? Not at all. And so what is a hero? I think it's beautifully summed up by Joseph Campbell, who said, a hero is someone who has given his or her life to something bigger than oneself. And this goes beyond just having your why, because your why may be pretty selfish, and that's okay. And that may be appropriate for you at your time, how young you are. You need to be selfish. You need to work on yourself. But eventually, you need to think about something bigger than yourself. And there's a whole list of biological reasons, because when you do nice things for people, it creates oxytocin, and you feel less stressed. And that's part of the beauty of having a circle of strength, people you can help out, people who look after you as well, because the people you do nice things for release oxytocin as well. Joseph Campbell, he is the world-famous mythologist, in case you don't know, and what he did was he looked at a bunch of different cultures, the mythologies from different cultures, and he found that no matter where you were in the world, at least the myths that he looked at, there were common themes. In fact, the heroes of stories from all these different cultures that in some cases existed at different times had a lot of similarities. And I know there's 12 things here, but I want you to focus on the big parts. Part 1, call to adventure. Part 2, initiation. Part 3, transformation. Part 4, the return home. And the first one, the call to adventure, call to adventure isn't what you think it is. It's not your buddies. Hey man, let's go out at night. Let's go play, let's go to the club. Let's talk to some girls, drink some drinks, listen to some house music. That's not the call to adventure. The call to adventure usually, I like it, usually shows up as something that you don't want to do. Think Luke Skywalker saying no to Ben Kenobi, saying that he needs to stay for the harvest until his family, his uncle and his aunt are murdered. And finally, he answers the call. And that was my situation with the negative events in my life, with my mother, with my brother, with my sister. And it will show up in your life in a different way, in your own way. And when you come up against that adversity, that obstacle, I want to suggest to you that's really a call to adventure, to become someone different, to go through the initiation, because that you will suffer through trials and tribulations on your path to doing whatever it is that you want to do, if you're really going to go for it in life. And you will be transformed by it too. I stand up here as not the same person as I was before all those events, before I went on that path. And lastly, bring something back. Don't just think about yourself. Think about your family. Think about your community. Think about your country, whatever it is, whoever it is that you want to give back to. And there's a great quote. The best and only thing that one artist can do for another is to serve as an example and an inspiration, and that's by Stephen Pressfield. And Stephen Pressfield is an author. He wrote Gates of Fire. I highly suggest you read that book. It's about the battle at Thermopylae, about the 300 Spartans that fought to the death. He also wrote a book called The War of Art, and in it he shared his personal experience. And in it he says this, and I want you to substitute artist for man, and the best and only thing that one man can do for another is to serve as an example and an inspiration. And when people are telling you you can't get through something, you can't do something, and you go out and do it, you make sure that you let other people know it's possible by your existence, by sharing your story, by bringing something back.